Three, two, one, live. Cool. So, team, today we are talking about the self-success system. Okay, and so this is a system I'm completely making up off the top of my head and just sort of testing myself on a couple of little belief systems that I think I want to unpack for you guys. And so what I want you guys just to take 2 minutes right now. Actually, you get 30 seconds. I'm going to call you out off the top of your head. I'm just going to look at people and I'm going to say you're up. So off the top of your head, guys, if you had the income to do anything you wanted for the next 6 months, what would that be? What would you do? Where would you go? Who would you see? What would your life look like? And I'm going to start with you, Ollie.
Would definitely go to Oz to start, go to Gold Coast, and then link up with other coaches, try to find other people that I could start something really, 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 really big with, get a lot of eyes on a really big project, health focused, and connect with as many other people as I could in that 6 months so that at the end of that 6 months, I'd be fucking set to do something even better.
Massive. Chris, you're up, bro.
I'd be on a plane straight to England, bro. Go see my family over in England. Take my partner over there.
Yep.
She's never been there, and just probably do a little bit more of a traveling of the UK. That would all be happening while my gym was running by itself back in Australia.
Fucking set. Yep. Awesome. Mr. Desert, I'm not too sure if you're there, bro. What would your life look like if you had all the money you wanted and you could literally do anything for 6 months? What would you do? Kevin, I'll jump onto you, bro.
I think I would go to one of the uncommon villages.
Cool. Go again, Nick.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
I was saying I would probably go to one of the uncommon villages and network with the coaches out there and just go around different parts of the country, travel, been doing.
Yep. Very fucking cool. Mr. Sims.
Me? Yeah.
Yep.
I would just hire someone to do marketing full time, so I don't have to focus on it. So they can just get me clients, and then I could have more people to train and build up the business and my philosophy around coaching.
Beautiful. Very cool. Kevin?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to travel the world. My brother's currently...
Where would you travel, bro?
My brother's currently in Europe, so I would love to travel to Europe to explore Europe.
Yep.
Yeah.
What would you do on that trip?
Oh, eat a lot.
Yep.
See all those historical sites and stuff. Just travel to, I guess, I want to see the Northern Lights.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Really wanted to do. Yeah.
Fucking awesome, bro. There's there's like a little igloo village, somewhere. I think it's like Norway or one of those sorts of countries where you can sort of stay out and look at it. That'd be mad.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilco.
Mate, I'd be straight on the plane over to Europe for a summer over there. You'd pretty much not see me wearing a shirt for 6 months straight. I'd be getting my tan on, living by the beach, eating breakfast on a balcony in the sun every morning. And while I'm having my food, I'd probably just get the camera out and tell people about how good the food I'm eating is, why they should eat it, and what good training looks like.
Yeah, sick. Fucking mad. Yep, very cool. Jesse.
Brother, I'd start by going Hawaii, go to the observation up the mountain, look at the stars, and then I'd come back home, build a village at Primal Ranch, run men's groups.
Cool. Team, why haven't you done this now? I want you to spend 3 minutes, okay, on a piece of paper. Why hasn't this happened now? Today, just so we can hold attention on the video here, is the self-success system, team. Part one is you gotta give yourself permission to dream. If anyone has watched, the Mamba 365 or any of our goal setting stuff, number one is permission to dream. Okay, permission to dream. A lot of that stuff you guys have told me, and the reason I looked at Ollie first is because I know he's about to go and make that happen. Which is very cool. I knew exactly where he was heading, and I was like, I wonder if his dream aligns, and in about a month's time, that dream becomes a very, very real situation, which is very cool. So number one is you have to give yourself permission to dream, and then you have to identify, where are you now? Where do you want to be? And then what is in the middle, the gap. Cool. It's all a self-sales process. Self-success is all a self-sales process. How can you brainwash yourself to make yourself believe in it? And then how can you convince yourself to, no matter what comes, to build the skills to actually make it happen? Okay? Very cool. Team, just anyone, if you want to, if you want to share why it hasn't happened already, feel free to do so. Jesse, you're up.
I'm on. All right, so I don't have enough money yet, which means I need more money. So launching the high performance coaching, planting seeds beforehand to do that, just having more clients in general, even from just coming from the ads that we're working on now. And then I just need to really focus on, I didn't finish that sentence, something. But the things I'm starting to do now, I should have done beforehand. Projects. That was it. I focus on projects. That was the main thing. I just need to make sure I'm ticking off projects.
Projects, 100%. Yeah, very cool. No, I love that. And when you look at that, guys, there's a couple of clues. It's like, look, I don't have it yet. Okay? Best line ever. I don't have it yet. That means, look, it's not I don't believe in it. I just don't have it yet. Okay? That is a great cue in terms of psychology of like, hey, I can make this happen. It's just a matter of process. It's a matter of skill. Ollie.
Yeah, same with me, like getting to the outcome sooner. I think I would have been there sooner if I had have committed to going all in a little bit earlier. I didn't have a funnel and I didn't have a clear enough product to like have a dialed automatic kind of system or enough of a system to be able to push it as hard as I need to. And then just a lack of letting myself be that guy and like have the full success and the full ownership of being able to help people and letting people know my value.
Yeah, perfect, man. Very, very clear, isn't it? What's required, and maybe also very, very clear or something to journal on. And we'll come back to this in terms of beliefs about like why you didn't go all in earlier. Yeah, it's one of those things. And look, I can only say that because it was the same with me. I held back from a lot of things. Knowing now that we don't have the gym is just like holy shit. It's amazing. Like I don't know why we allowed that handbrake to be there for so long, but it was my identity. It was attached to my identity. And Tim, that's going to be our next part. Okay, I'm just gonna cover this. The next part of this is what is the beliefs and identity you need to create in yourself to actually become this success? Because a really great quote is, if we want to have, we must do, and to do, we must be. Okay, and that's a very big thing. Is like you have to be it before you become it, and it's one of those things. And identity comes from two places. It comes from our standards and our beliefs. Okay, what standards do we know we need to embody to make this dream a reality? What are the standards? Is it that you need to, decide straight away whether you're all in or not? Do you give yourself 1 minute to make a decision? All right, I'm all in or I'm not. Okay, and sometimes that will change because I've gone through a phase of like making really fast decisions, and now I'm way more calculated. And I still will make a fast decision if I understand that the calculation lines up. But I make a lot more calculated decisions now because I understand the impact, and I also understand the value that I have in myself, which is cool. So the next things, team, is to have this, okay? Standards and beliefs. What are the standards, the daily standards, or the daily things that you need to hold yourself to make this a reality? And do you have any limiting or negative beliefs holding you back? Cool. What are your standards? And what are the daily negative or limiting beliefs potentially holding you back? Okay. When you set your standards, when you look at them, is there anything that is stopping you?
Yeah, so I actually did. Oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
No, I actually did something similar because obviously I'm like right at the start of the program, so that was one of the first tasks, or not, I suppose like quite early in the thing to figure out your standards.
Yep.
And like where I'm lacking, like my issue at the moment is I don't have the lead generation or the marketing skill set to grow like I want, like I envision to grow. So there, I guess they're barriers, but I guess that well, not I guess, I know that like I need to do things to keep myself accountable to achieve these things. So like when I started this program, I actually seen it on one of Jesse's videos or something somewhere. I seen that he had the big whiteboard in the background with the standard, like with the daily fives in it. So what I went out and got that bloody whiteboard, and I did the same sort of thing. And I'll just roll it in.
Yeah, bro. Fucking hell. This gets Jesse fired up.
Yeah, it was good. So I don't even know how well he's care. It's upside down. 1 second. But like, I don't know if you can see that very well, but I've like written out all my daily fives and sort of all my goals in there, so I can see it and stay accountable. And then I've also got these green and red magnets that each day I'm going through, and if like I do it, I'll have that visual representation. So I know I can see, because I think I'm having accountability issues at the moment, but like everything's there now. I can't, like the goals by the end of the year are there. The shorter term goals are all there, and then these here are the standards that I need to hold myself to achieve what I want to achieve.
Awesome. Cool, bro. So let's look at the language of standards. At the moment you're accepting a standard, which I don't know how to explain it, but you're accepting a standard that you deem to be acceptable. So when we want to raise our standards, we have to raise our standards. It's like, okay, is it acceptable for me to just do the minimums, or do I have to go another gear? It's like when we raise our standards, we raise ourselves. And so when you say with the self accountability, and I fucking love that you've said this, bro, is there's a couple ways, man. It's like, one, you've just told us. It's like now we're holding you to a higher standard. It's like, have you done that? But the best accountability is self accountability. So in terms of when we define our standards on here, do you have like a measurable standard that you want to hit daily?
Yeah, so I like on my learn one here, I've got, because I'm trying to get through my cert for nutrition as well. Like I've just been sort of like doing it. So I've got there that I must do one quiz and one case study per day.
Yep.
On the earn, this is the one that I'm still struggling at the moment because I don't have the skill set yet. But it's got that one booking per day, and that comes straight out of the daily fives. The one piece of content, and then just making sure I do the change right, and then from there that's the dailies. But then in here, this is like, it's got like a bit of a monthly goals. 5 adults, 5 kid members per month. I'm going to leave this other area of work I'll put the notice in, replace those in by this many amount of months, and then down in the black here, it's like this is what it needs. Like at the end of the year, this is what it needs to look like.
Amazing, bro. Nah, it's very cool. And so, do you feel like, bro, this is purely just a momentum thing, or do you feel like there may be a limited or negative belief in there somewhere that's holding you back from making this happen?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. Like I told you when so the reason so everyone knows the reason why I found Dylan is I had an online client chucked right in front of my face, and I sort of ran with it and was like, yep. So I built off that momentum, but it's a weird thing, right? Like I have self-sabotaging traits. I don't know where they come from or why they're there, because I myself, I'm an MMA fighter, right? I'll jump in the cage any day and fight someone, but sometimes I'm scared to like pick up the phone and cop a no,
Yep.
So I'm doing different little bits and pieces now to sort of identify like where that is. But I had someone tell me the other day, it's like, right, you know, the reason why I can jump in the cage and fight somebody is because I've trained to do that. So like the way to defeat this like this barrier in between like doing the sales and the marketing is just to like do it.
Bro, can I, and Jesse, bro, I might put something here. Chris, bro, and Jesse, I hope you don't mind me doing this. But Chris, if you send Jesse a message, he'll run you through like a coaching call on fear. Fear and courage. If you don't mind that, bro, because like
Yeah, of
Jesse's
course,
looking
yeah.
for a few case studies to grow his high performance coaching, but it's crazy. Jesse, if you want to share, bro, about what you found out about fear and give us a bit of context on this.
So like I'm pretty big on not being letting fear control me. And like that was like, oh, skydive accident, went back, finished it, scariest thing I've ever done. Really cool. But what we discovered in the high performance coaching calls was like my actual biggest fear is just fear of failure. And it's just like that means that if I don't try to do something, it means I didn't try hard enough. So I didn't really fail. But if I fully commit to something and it goes wrong, then it's my fault. And so it was wild to realize that was my biggest fear, and was like a absolute game changer for me to be like, okay, cool. And like even just what I read the other day, it's like the things that you're avoiding to do is like where the most growth is, as usually where fear is, it's on the other side of fear.
Yeah, I can agree with that, because the times like it's like only sometimes that I have this fear. Like sometimes I'll pick up the phone, no worries, and then some days it's like, nah, fuck, like what if I get that no? But like those days that I pick up the phone are the days that it all gets rolling. It's like the day that I just said fuck it and messaged out to Dylan, and then like committed to it, like, you know, the ball's rolling again, the momentum's there, and like it's I'll be keen to jump on with you about that, that's for sure. Sweet.
Yep, it's fucking wild. It's wild, this shit. Like I say it all the time. It's like this stuff is like there's 600 hours of fucking how to grow an online business inside of Mamba, and then it's like this one time out of 10 where you have this like this sort of something in that belief system, something in your identity that just says no. You know, just says no. That's the one thing at every fucking level. There's a mindset monster that we have to defeat, and it will pop up until you've looked the cunts in the eyes and said no more. That's literally it. Like, you know, they never. They'll either always come back up, and you'll just know, like you'll know that fucker. You pull out your sword, you defeat it, but there'll always be another one at each level. At each level, they keep coming. But once you get good at identifying them, it's fucking game changing. So, Chris, bro, I fucking really appreciate you sharing that too, man. That takes a lot of courage just to do that, especially in front of a group. But man, it's fucking massive. Cool. So that's it, guys. Is like defining your standards. When you know you have, and that's why I asked Chris, is like, does this feel like it's a momentum thing? Because momentum's about skills. It's like, hey, look, do you know that you're putting in the reps, you're doing the work? You know that, like, if you do enough reps, your skills just get better. Or is it there's a limiting or negative belief there? Okay. Once you identify which one, then you know where to put the work. Is it to put the work into your beliefs, or is it put the work into the work? You know, they both go hand in hand. Then the next thing, guys, is we have to define success. Okay, if we want success, we have to define it. Okay, and so what does success look like today? Okay, if you were to go to bed tonight, what would success look like? At different times, that's going to look different. Yesterday for me, and I said this to Jesse, like I've had a bit of a victim mindset the last probably couple of weeks. I was like, fuck, like basically everything's gone to shit in a way. But I was like, then yesterday I was like, I don't want to train. My back's fucking sore. I've been sitting on my ass, all of this shit. I walked into the gym and I was like, I fucking fought with myself for about 15 minutes. And then I was just like, shut up, cunt, and just do it. Like, literally just do it. And, you know, that was success for me. If I hadn't done anything else that day, that was success for me. I know I'd won a little battle that I had to win. And so success for you might be a task. It's like, hey, look, I've been procrastinating on this task. If I get that done today, awesome. Maybe your success today is getting on this call. Every single day you get these successes, you stack it, okay? You continuously stack it. You have to brainwash yourself into having momentum. And one of the things is, anytime you don't have momentum, learn to stack the little wins, okay? And so sometimes success looks like one step. Sometimes it looks like you're landing on the moon, okay? Every day it looks different, but you got to define success. What does success look like for the week, okay? And often we put it on outcomes. So like Jesse and I were looking at his outcomes in terms of his sales for what we want to go. And it's like, look, cool. We know roughly if we do certain things, we're going to get this amount of sales, but we don't get them if we don't do the things. So it's like, what processes, what KPIs around that define success for the week? Then what does success look like for the month, the year, and then finally the decade? And so if you define what success looks like as a decade, and then if you zoom it out even more, what does it look like 25 years from now, you know? And I'll share this with you guys, like, fucking we're closing my gym in 2 weeks. It's been a decade of trying to fucking grow one of the best gyms in Australia. That's been my dream, you know? This should crush my fucking soul. And it does in a way. A little part of me dies, but I know 25 years from now it doesn't fucking matter because it's not my big ultimate goal. And while it does suck, it's like, fuck it, you know? A month from now, does it really matter? It will a little bit. But ultimately it's just another lesson, another fucking bump in the road of getting to that ultimate destination, you know? And Gary Vee sort of said it. He wants to buy the New York Jets. You know, that's his dream. He's like, I may never do it, but if I don't have a fucking ridiculous, crazy goal, then what am I shooting for? You know, if you're not growing, you're dying. And so, team, like that's what I want you guys to start doing is that self-success system is defining what success looks like. And you guys just now set yourself. If you were to say, in the next 90 days, I'm going to get myself in a position where I can have that 6 months of doing whatever the fuck I want. What does success look like today, this week, this month, and the next 3 to 6 months? What does it look like? Cool. Define that. And then it's a matter of like, am I setting my standards to the right level to make this a reality? Or am I holding myself back? And then, hey, if I know my standards are up here, but I'm saying I'm not good enough, I'm not skilled, I'm not worth it, all of that sort of stuff, then there's a little bit of mindset stuff to work on as well. Does that make sense, guys? Not bad off the top of my head. Yeah. Cool. Questions, guys, around that? I'm going to give you now 5 minutes just to journal on it because there is a lot to unpack there. Take 5 minutes, have a wee